All right, Pat. Well, I'm from Massachusetts, but next year I'm actually going to beautiful Bloomington. I'll be at the University of Indiana for sports broadcasting. So basically my question is there any advice you'd give a kid starting out? But also, everyone seemed kind of against you in, like, the video this morning that you posted. So, like, how'd you deal with that mindset and that adversity?
Great question, Louis. I mean, that's deep dive. I think you're already on your way to potentially being a great sports broadcaster with a great question there. I don't know anything about broadcasting school. I never went. I do not know anything about broadcasting school. I do know that I would assume that you learned some things that we did not get to learn, and we just kind of had to pick up through, mistakes and stuff like that. I would say just keep going. Like, I think that is the biggest thing. I think a lot of people, like, social media is a big deal nowadays. Like, having people know who you are as opposed to just a network that you're on is a massive deal. It's like, I think if you look around on a lot of the TV, the old school media, there's a lot of people on there that are famous, right? But I'm not sure any of them have a real connection with anybody because they don't invest time into people that are paying attention, right? And that's the biggest thing with social media is, like, you're building, like, your friends almost. Like, for me, I view my social media following as, like, a family, a team, like, as a group. And now, my Twitter isn't as good as it used to be. And to be honest, whenever you're smaller, Twitter's a lot more fun than whenever it's bigger because every single thing you say is going to attract people that either hate you or anything like that. But I think engaging with them is a big deal to kind of get, a little bit of a ride and a little bit of move so you can become your own business as opposed to just relying on somebody else hiring you. And don't become a robot. I feel like in those broadcasting schools, everybody comes the exact same person. Mm-hmm. It's like, that is not the world that we're in right now, so don't do that. And when it comes to people saying bad things about me, how did I handle it? Oh, I love that. Like, that is, I've since I'm like 6 years old, I've enjoyed that type of stuff. It's just something that, I watched, like, what Michael Jordan did. And I don't like makeup encounters in, like, restaurants to, like, do that type of stuff. But boy, if something is said, it doesn't, like, make me angry or anything. It's just one of those things where I put it aside and I'm like, all right, let's remember this mother fighter whenever everything starts popping off. You know what I mean? Like, let's remember this one whenever things get going. And it's not like even, like, Mike Wilbon's the first public one I've ever done. But there has been some very hilarious private celebrations about somebody seeing something that I've done, having to look at it and having to swallow that. And who knows if they even remember what they've said. Like, I've had teachers tell me that I was going to work at a gas station at my own high school. So, like, the people who are supposed to be, like, encouraging and, like, telling you to be your best, they're like, oh, you shouldn't do that. You're going to end up working at a gas station. It's like, that's the type of stuff where I'm like, oh, is that right? Okay, let me go ahead and put that right here in the back pocket and I'm going to go and get it. And then that's the stuff for me that, like, in the end is a part of, like, okay, that was really nice to prove that person wrong, and they know they're an idiot now, and that makes me feel good. I don't even have to say anything about it. But also the fulfillment of it all is just worth anything that gets said by anybody. I mean, it's just, you just got to keep going, brother. Just keep on going. Those broadcasting schools, though, I think they potentially make everybody the exact same. And there's only so many jobs. So I don't want to be the guy that tells you not to go, but hey, don't go to that.
If you can somehow find an environment like we have here, I would recommend that, because it should be fun too.
It should be a good time. I feel like everybody thinks everything is like brain surgery at this point, because whenever you go to school and you invest all that time and money into it, you get to this point where you're like, this is a perfected craft and we got to do this. It's like, yo, sports are a celebration. We're talking about sports. Let's just keep it moving here. I don't know what we're doing, because I think everything has gotten so serious. And that was one of the things when I retired I noticed about commentators. They're like they're acting as if the game is literally curing, like, COVID-19. Like, yo, this is a celebration. This is a game. This is a sport. Like, that's how it should be treated. And I think that is a mindset that you should never lose, because I think whenever you get in there, it might get to a point where you get a bit jaded about sports, or like you're told to do this and this. I think that's not what sports are. Sports are an outlet for people and an escape and almost a good time as opposed to something super serious.
Yeah, I think those schools teach you, like, how to be, like, the local sports guy and, like, how to read a teleprompter and stuff like that, which is great. Just don't become a robot.
Breaking news, we are live at the scene of the crime. It is alleged that Pat went into the canal right here. We'll be here 24 hours today, broadcasting live on any new updates. Back to you in the studio. He went into the canal? Yeah, it is alleged. We're back on the other side. That is, I think, what the broadcasting potentially is, right?
Yeah.
Now, granted, there's greats that have come out of these broadcasting schools. Obviously, there's greats that come in there. But I do feel like they try to create the same person. And it's like, yo, that is the exact opposite of what we need.
They definitely do. That's why, like, if you ever listen to a newscaster speak, they all speak in the same cadence. That is taught to literally eliminate dialects and regionalism, so you can get a job anywhere.
See, that ain't going down in here.
No,